All right, with Doctor Who, Power of Kroll. The Doctor and the Romana land in a swamp. Quite the marshland. Reminds me of home. So they're in search yet again for another, element or piece of the key to time. And then they find themselves in a bit of a mess with some guys from Earth that are exploiting the local population in an attempt to refine methane. You'd think there'd be plenty of that elsewhere, but anyway, they're there, and then there's the natives are these green screen. I was going to say green screen. No, they were green-skinned natives that were referred to as swampies. Well, that's probably not a kind term, but nevertheless, you get the idea. This is sort of a metaphorical take on the exploitation of colonialism and what have you. And for the American experience, to some extent, the Native Americans and all that sort of stuff, you could draw that in there too. So that's the situation you have. Meanwhile, there's a reference to a sympathetic movement from Earth, that people that are sympathetic to the plight of the swampies, which is kind of odd. I'm not sure. Maybe it was explained better, and I'm just forgetting it. But they were called the Sons of Mother Earth or something like that, where they believed that they belonged on their own planet and needed to return to Earth instead of spreading out and all that sort of stuff, and didn't like the exploitation of these people, even though I guess it sort of fits in with their movement of wanting to return to Earth and leave these other planets alone. But anyway, that's the deal. And one of the guys there at this base believed that they were supplying weapons and whatnot to the swampies in order to violently force them off the planet. So turns out that was all just a plot by one of the guys who believed this and wanted to frame the Sons of Earth, and hired a crook to deliver the weapons. The weapons were trash. They didn't work. They exploded in the faces of these guys. And in the middle of all this, Romana and the Doctor get captured along with this idiot and are nearly executed. But turns out the Doctor has a sonic scream very much like Black Canary from the Justice League. And it gets them out of there. So I never does it again, I don't think. But anyway, it works out. And this is one of the weird things. Although I remembered it incorrectly, because I thought the revelation was that the creature that the swampies worship, this giant mutated squid, it's just huge. I mean, he fills up the horizon, and that the creature itself was the key to time piece, and so eventually the Doctor figures this out and is able to use the tracer to transform it into the segment. Well, I think it was actually that the creature had eaten the element, and as a result, mutated into this ginormous squid. Because they're, giant squid's one thing, but they never get that giant. So that was the deal with that one. And so the battle rages with the swampies and whatnot, but their god is gone. But then most of them were starting to think, yeah, is this real? Should we be worried? I think it's just a big animal. And the high priest says, no, Kroll. And then Kroll eats the guy. So, So I guess they'll figure that out. There's only one human left, but the Doctor leaves him to, hey, why don't you guys get along now? And hey, maybe they will. But it's a good little romp, and I often wondered if maybe there's a guide to mapping out which eras and whatnot, and what controlling authorities of Earth at that point had branched out and had these facilities doing that. I mean, you guys see, because like the Cybermen episode, and they were looking at planets within the solar system, and then there's planets beyond it and all that, and what's, what is it or whatnot. Is it the Federation from Blake 7? Yeah, who knows? But anyway, it's a pretty good episode. And now some of the effects, yeah, it's the facility for the methane plant or refinery. Yeah, boy, I don't know. I think maybe it would have been better to just use stock footage of an oil rig and platform and do that. I don't know, because it's just a toy sitting in a tub, So, and the creature scenes is not the best thing, but it kind of works for what it is, to get the point across of how huge this thing is. And although the tentacles seem to get a lot smaller when they're wrapping around people. Because I don't know, because some of these people wants to eat them, but that's not even an appetizer for that thing. But anyway, I guess after he's had his fill, he becomes the source of the methane when he lets one rip. So it's a fun episode. The Doctor has some good moments, and of course Romana. I mean, have I said that Mary Tim was a goddess? She was, but we're coming to an end for her version of Romana, because we only have one more Key to Time episode, and then we'll get a new one, and we'll deal with that when the time comes. So there you go, The Power of Kroll, which was based mostly on the misunderstanding of people involved. Yeah. All that history over this dumb mutant animal, and it was all for nothing. Well, I guess in the end, Kroll did deliver them to their own world in a roundabout way. Anyway, there you go. Power of Kroll.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening. Why not like and subscribe, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you. Hats, mugs, stickers, posters, all that goody stuff. Plus, you can head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book Night Night. Oh, yeah. Plus, you can also catch my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, over at RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on my channel at BitChute. That's the Mr Nailsin channel on BitChute.com.